Why, howdy. It sure looks like I'm walking up on Hotel Krat from the outside, doesn't it? And yeah, it's because I just replayed the entire first level, or mostly ran through it, trying to see what Geppetto meant by saying that there is new monsters there or something. And nothing seemed to have changed. Both of the previous boss chambers didn't have a new boss in them or anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and just not use that footage, because it was just me running around hoping something happens again. Oh well. It happens. I don't know what that means. What, saying to talk to you? What? Help?
You're back. I was so worried when you marched off to fight the king. But this... it's a necklace from the Mona Charity House. They took care of orphans and impoverished children from across Krat. Many of those children grew up at the Rose Estate and became alchemists, technicians, and stalkers. I hope the king didn't harm any of them. Or don't tell me. The king's ergo is actually... Are you okay? You look ill, ever since I mentioned the necklace. My heavens, you look...
Oh?
You're changing. You're becoming something more than a puppet. Almost human. If this is what you want, just keep behaving. Keep feeling like a human does. You might just hold the true secret of ergo.
It changed when I was talking to midway through. It showed the back of my head without the helmet on.
I'll use my power. I'll use my power.
Okay, so we're not acknowledging this. I'm guessing that's because I used the door and the game doesn't expect you to actually come through here again from the front door, so it spawned her again. It spawned a second her in the location she normally is in when she greets you, but the game was also simultaneously scripted to spawn her in one of the random locations as she does when she roams around. And it combined those two things, and now there's two of her. And maybe when I come back next time, she'll be gone? Anyway, I explored the train area, and there was nothing different. So, given that he brought it up again, and hinted at the idea that something may have changed, I'm guessing that what happens actually is that, the story might go back there at some point? Like maybe this big, long, snaking hallway that I'm playing through just kind of loops back around to the train station from a different angle. Maybe we open a door from behind, and then you're like, whoa, we're back at the train station! Which is the equivalent of, like, that stuff that all the other Souls-likes tend to pull. Like the ladder that takes you back to the beginning of the game in Bloodborne, and so on. Or the multiple times you go to a crazy place, and then you open a door, and I'm back at Firelink again! And then you get the little brain tingling. It's like, wow, the map's crazy. That's crazy. Oh no. Ooh. I'm more and more discovering the extended charged combo this weapon has. Mainly because phase 2 of that boss fight did have openings for it. Most enemies in the game die from one hit of this weapon when it's charged. And if they don't, you probably won't have an opening to do more charged attacks, because they'll keep coming. It might be up there. I hear the music, but I don't think I can approach it.
What's going on? All these puppets look utterly down, depressed even. And that seems weird. That's weird, right?
Well, they're all just they're having an existential moment. What is my purpose? To pass the butter. Oh my god.
With their king dead, they seem lost. Then again, maybe they're warning him. Whatever's happening, it's like they can't tell their elbow joints from their tail sockets. I'm not even sure they can function without the king to guide them.
I mean, the puppet that we know seemed fine. And didn't these puppets exist before the king? I thought the puppets already existed and were servants for everyone, right? That was the point. So they had a functioning society that functioned with these puppets. But then they were all mind controlled. Or was this a puppet uprising and they wanted, it was like their labor movement. Like they're like, no more puppet slavery. Can't break that. That looks violent. A happy little bookstore. Oop. Oh no, the books. I think the puppets are crying. Is that a puppet? Yep. Oh. Durable one, is ya? Ah! Now. Why can't I... What's up with my moves? I'm doing weird moves. Weird. I kept doing things other than what I was trying to do. I was just trying to stagger them. Can you hold down your charge attack, then press forward to do a forward attack instead? Not sure what I did. That was weird. Clock sword. Right, that's just what weapons look like. I got so used to my weapon being a single item. I don't know if I've just talked too long today, which is possible, or I'm getting sick, which is possible. Is that a slow mode or something? What's that? Ooh. It's an exciting little weapon. Technique C. Anyway. This is the better direction. Yep. Yeah, I came back... We've been like in a constant quarantine showdown, practically, where I came back sick from Reno, from Biggest Little Fur Con. And then I was trying desperately not to get other people sick. And then other people in the house came down with COVID. So then I was extra hiding. Like, I was recovered, but then I was hiding in my room continuously as if I was sick, because other people were sick now, so I just had to hide again. And I'm, like, racking up this bad delivery, spending too much money on delivery, because I'm afraid to just spend time in the kitchen. And then I came back from the con, from Midwest Fur Fest, and then I was sick again. Well, not for very long. And then after that, people in the house were sick again. I'm like, motherfucker. Everyone's just taking turns being sick every step of this process. Changing weapons untransformed it. It is frustrating that it doesn't stay in the previous state. but now people have seemingly been sick for a few weeks again. For context, I'm recording this on December 21st, so it's like just before Christmas still. And I'm just like, motherfucker, it's people that have been sick for a while. Did I finally catch what they've had on the tail end? So now it's my turn to now go through it to have my like 3rd or 4th sickness in a month. It's just, I'm used to not getting sick most of the year continuously, but I'm having really bad luck because, well, I have been more social than ever before, and that's just unhelpful. I'm like, man, I'm trying to play this game in Talos and get them wrapped up. I don't really want to get sick right now, but maybe it'll be good for my script writing or something. Get me back on task with other things if I literally can't do anything else anymore. Because I can't talk correctly. But yeah, I've got like a tightness in my throat. It feels weird. And we'll see if it's still here tomorrow, I guess. Status updates that aren't very relevant to your experience, but it's where I am. Oh, this looked like the way I would go, but the environment behind it is suspiciously empty looking. Like, not like distractingly barren, but look at that, and then look at this. Like, it's one of the funny details about video games, so sometimes you can tell which directions you're going to go in and not going to go in because there's such an emphasis on making these like cluttered environments. Is this a ramp? I thought there might be a one-way ramp that I take. Oh right, that's what they're trying to call me too, is the Lorenzini arcade. Right. There's the thing I interact with. We got a poopy ledge. It's got white paint in it with an arrow. Just to straight up explain what to do here. That's always funny. Now we're back to these guys, huh? Puppet. Carcass Butcher. There we go. I've got bonus damage against you! Oops. Ah. What? How did that go through the wall? I'm not complaining, but damn. Ah. I might be in trouble. I was briefly thinking about how, like, you know what? It might be good for me to get sick, because then I'll... If I can't record, then maybe I'll get back on the horse with my script editing, because I've been kind of... Oh god. Oh god! No. 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 I guess it eats your ergo? Oh god, where's the way out? Okay. I'd like to heal. Whew. That was unpleasant. Yeah, I was thinking, like, if I get sick, maybe I can get back on the horse, because I've been kind of procrastinating. It's kind of, like, hard to get in the headspace, because I feel inadequate and other shit like that. But, while being sick might make it harder to speak, and then make, like, gesture towards me, maybe doing other stuff, it also makes you foggy and tired, so... Chances are, we just end up not accomplishing much of anything. Probably just binge one of those shows that everyone says, "You haven't seen that?" You know the ones. Anyone else exploding out one of these windows on the way here? I'm still kind of wondering for when a soulslike is gonna make a mimic out of one of the bonfires. The bonfire mimic. Although one of my favorite fucked up mimic ideas was the idea of a ladder mimic that makes you paranoid about ladders and makes you check to see if the ladder is like alive or not. Same way that you get nervous about chests in Souls games and start hitting them. Like, what if you started hitting ladders because you're afraid they might be alive, or you start like having to look up to see if the ladder is normal all the way up, or if it gets warpy and weird. My idea for a ladder mimic was the idea that it's like the idea that the very top of the ladder... Hello. It's gonna explode. No, he's not. It was like the idea that the very top of the ladder... Oh. Would just have a mouth at it, basically. And so you'd, like, start climbing the ladder, and then the ladder would like, start to wiggle, and what it would do is it would roll up. So the bottom of it would roll up under you, wrap around you, and then the entire ladder would continue... Oop, hello. Need the first floor key. The entire ladder tongue would continue to roll up into itself until it just went up into the mouth. And just pull you in. So it'd make you afraid of ladders for the rest of the game. That's always fun. I enjoyed the idea of adding paranoia to video games, like how Prey turned the entire game into a game of prop hunt. So as you walk through every environment, you're just kind of nervous that someone or something might not be what you think it is. Hello. Oh, I fought one of you before. Oh god, that's long. Whoa! Long. Nope. 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 Ow. Get exploded, nerd. Alright. I'll rest, because that kind of enemy often doesn't respawn, but I'm not sure. We'll find out. No, he's back. Well, that feels rude. Is this also a dead end? Oh, well, that would do it too. Ow. The little second extension. Alright, well, that makes a bit of sense. He does respawn, but he's kind of a farmable enemy if you have a reason to fight him. I don't know if that's actually on the table, but if you have a reason to be fighting him... he's farmable because of the... Oops! I forgot about the second one. Ow. Not nailing it. I guess you give me a big belly character like that that's infected and have them writhe on the ground when you kill him, and I think, oh, he's gonna explode. Like, it's just obvious to me, so I'm shocked he doesn't. Alright. So far the game's been relatively unlikely to give you a mini boss like that and make you fight them over and over again. So the fact that they respawn... I felt something was a little off when that enemy respawned, but then it only just made more sense when I realized, oh... It's because they made this whole direction a one and done. If anything, that particular enemy is like someone you can go farm if you want to. You can farm if you want to. I can't go around those pieces of debris. Can I jump down? Technically, there's an item down there. But there seems to be an upstairs I should try to find. Ah, there were spike balls. I didn't realize that the weird goop things that were hatching on me were spiky. I think I never quite like looked up at them. Oh, they're hatching now. Oh, those ones do explode. Maybe they weren't all spiky before. Maybe just these ones are spiky because they hatch? Like they're eggs that have finished? Now I just feel bad about the lady that transformed, although maybe... I felt like I failed her because she went and transformed and everything, but her transformation doesn't need to be because I didn't get back to her. I guess at the moment I don't exactly remember what I was getting to her, but wasn't it just like scripture or something? Or a crest? It doesn't seem like that's something that would have saved her. God damn, these can take hits now. God damn it. Okay, finally. Alright. Half moonstone. Alright, well this was bait to get me killed, that's for sure. But you've got to give into the bait. You've got to get the item. And wow. These butterflies are actually getting durable. That's one thing they don't have in common with the crystal lizards. I don't remember the crystal lizards ever getting harder to kill. If anything, I appreciate that the butterflies at least are at like shoulder height. Here's the item I saw. There we go. Yeah, it's appreciated that the butterflies are at least at shoulder height, because it means you can consistently hit them without having to worry about much, besides my mess of me hitting walls all the time. Those goddamn crystal lizards were fucked up. You could just have bad luck in that you happened to have picked a weapon that just made the crystal lizard feel like torture to use, to attack. Is where those things hatched. There's a number of weapons where like the crystal lizard is just right in front of you, but because it's on the ground, even though it's right in front of you, in plain sight, and you're locked on, you just can't seem to land your hit, and it's so frustrating. Come up here, buddy. I don't want to go in the scary shit. Ow. Ow. Ooh. Right, not nailing it. This is not a proud fight for me right now. Lotta F20. That's the thing I gotta keep in mind that I don't always remember is that in order for my lightning thing to increase the stagger damage or whatever the correct term is, I do need to put him in blue state. If his health bar, if the numbers don't turn blue, then it's not activated yet. And once it's activated, then you're doing increased stagger damage. So if I never make it that far, then I'm fucked. Similar to applying fire and so on. If I struggled more with that boss fight, I was definitely tempted to bring back my fire weapon and see if using fire would get them there. I still continue to never do this, which is frustrating. I don't get it. On one, I guess it's handy that they can give you they can presumably give you a big burst of the status effect that they're good for. Oh. I didn't press it in time. But it's just such an awkward thing to activate. And it's also like, it's a frequent thing in all these games, but I have a clean moveset that I've practiced across multiple games now. If you want me to adopt a whole new moveset based on something else, it can be very hard for me to work that into my moveset, because it's like, this is my muscle memory. Here's the dodge button, here's the block button. Having parry be timed the block well is like, oh, that's really intuitive. That's a button I'm already pressing. But have it be like, hold left trigger to do a special left arm move that it's not really clear when it's worth doing or when the best opportunity is, and the biggest openings are going to be against the enemies that you don't have a reason to use it against, and I don't know. It's hard to slip it in there. Monat Charity House Concert. All of you are invited to the concert being held at the Monat Charity House. We pray for the successful opening of the exhibition. Children sponsored by the Monat Charity House have a message of love and hope for all of you. Don't miss this chance to listen to the most innocent performance in all of Krat. 6 p.m. Lorenzini Arcade Central Plaza. Sponsored by Lady Isabel and Sophia M. All profits from the performance will go towards our less fortunate neighbors. It's nice. I don't have that one yet. Another one of those easy to kill enemies. The big lady that throws stuff at you. Got very used to how quickly you can take that person out. I feel like that enemy does something scary if you actually survive for 2 seconds. But they never will. Yeah, that's about what I expected. He looks upsetting. Those back muscles, though. I can fix them. Oop. Oh, no. Oh, and there's more than one. And I'm poisoned. Inflicted with decay. My thingy on? Yes. Okay, well, past there is my actual thing. Not a proud time overall. What do you think, guys? Do I just hope things don't all respawn? I did bad at fighting that guy. It feels like a lot because we spent a while getting through it, but it's not that big of a distance to run if I need to. I usually want to spend souls around now because I have enough, but I just don't want to keep bouncing back and forth. But I believe we have more than enough. We need like 7k, I think. This big guy here, I don't see him. The question is whether or not weird distance math will screw me over, and some of these people might chase me way longer than I hoped they would. That's the underground tunnel. Okay, well now I have all my heals, and I'm pretty much there, I think. Yep, I'm back. Okay. Whoa! One down. I'm a little ouchied, but I've got these. Okay. Haha. Whew. Damn, I took them on so well that I didn't even necessarily need the recovery. But still. Good refresh. Now I'm this deep and all my stuff is back. There's no way this opens because nothing opens, but... Ooh, that went pretty well. Good use of lightning resource. It's kind of comical how much better I am at using that. Oop, no bad guy. How I'm much more willing to use that resource than the other resource. I'll almost never use my arm, but I'll use my once per run lightning thing. Admittedly, it's a thing I can use outside of combat to augment my weapon instead of trying to slip a weird new move I'm not used to using into the middle of combat. So, my behavior isn't that hard to explain. Okay, so the spiky ones don't always have people inside them. Because that one also didn't. Ow. You hit me more than they did. Eh. It is sad that lady turned into a monster, though. I wanted to help her. I don't know who she was, but I don't expect a lot of people in this setting have done anything to deserve that fate. Even relatively shitty people probably don't deserve to transform painfully into horrible monsters. Oh, this is, okay, where is this? I'm back. Okay. Neat. That right there is a proper checkpoint. I'll get back to the record thing later. I'll figure it out what it is, unless it expires, but probably not. It's probably, you got this item, go to a window. In this level you beat. That seems to be the formula so far, is beat a level, and now it's safe to go to some window. But I don't remember a window. Oh, there was an old lady. I remember the old lady. I don't remember where the old lady was, but I do remember old lady. Maybe I will just go track her down real quick. Anyway.
Portrait hanging in Geppetto's room. It looks very much like you. I sense something strange. Something like the changes you're going through. The sort of thing you'd read in a fairy tale. Go to Geppetto's room. You should see it for yourself.
It's gonna be one of those shape change things that we've heard about. By heard about, I mean the menu mentions it. That's about it. Oh, we have more than enough. Yeah, just get back to 77. $77.85. Still need one more baby one. Which means I could have used the other one probably. Dim ergo are pretty rare, but they're still happening.
I'll use my power.
Should keep getting vitality also. Okay, next is gonna give me 3 damage. Previously it was 4. I think 4 was pretty consistent. I think 30 might be a soft cap. Not like an actual cap, but it might be one of the points where you stop getting quite as many points. As can happen. Let's keep going capacity. I'd like to be able to carry stuff. And why don't we take a look-see? Oh. Is that how much I've lied? We're gonna picture of Dorian Gray my lies? Or, I guess it's not picture of Dorian Gray because yeah, that's the next one for the next weapons is going to +9. I guess it's not Dorian Gray because Dorian Gray went the opposite. You aged and he didn't age, but his painting did. Well, I guess it's that my lot. Yeah, I guess it is that because instead of aging, it's that this thing is reacting to my lies and I'm not. That's just so goofy.
Oh my. This is a change I didn't expect.
His face is gone.
Did the king of puppets get you? Or some other ruffians? I'm glad you're growing, but I'm not sure what to make of this. Be wary of dangerous people. And always be a good boy for me.
Do I look different? Is that the idea? Maybe? Donkey. Angie dog. Wabbit? No. Mouse. White lady. So I think that might have been the point of that one cutscene that showed my hair.
Predict how you'll change. How to proceed.
He's having feelings. A side effect of wearing this mask is that I don't totally have my appearance memorized. So I'm like, what did I think like a minute ago? I think his hair was shorter, right? So his hair's growing, which is weird for a puppet. I probably don't have to say. Anyway, I was just here to cash up my souls. So I can go back to not worrying about losing them, even though I frequently go literally an entire game without losing souls. To the point where the one time it happens is like a landmark. Like, whoa, dang. I lost my souls. This place is admittedly confusing. This way? Okay, well my first guess was the right way, so I guess the lighting helps. When I was about to say it was confusing, I meant like these directions all look the same, kind of. So which one of which direction has the door that opened for my shortcut? Scandal. V. The tragedy behind the flamboyance. Few citizens of Krat do not know who V is. The crown prince of high society. The man who came up with the grand covenant of the automated puppets and built the manufacturing company at the age of 18. The man who's always fancy and is passionate about making people laugh. V is the most hated and beloved man in Krat. But his innocent passion makes even his opponents sentimental. However, even fewer people are aware of the tragedy he experienced in his youth. The true nature of the death of V's parents was covered up. Officially, they're victims of a homicide during a mugging. Even though V experienced such tragedy in his youth, he grew up with a cheerful personality and became a well-known person whom any parents would be proud of. However, there's no one who knows that V secretly requests for the case history every year, and that his request is always denied. Suspicion surrounded this tragedy at the time, and there is known to have been pressure from the workshop and the alchemist throughout the investigation. The most interesting hypothesis is that the murderer is not human. If this is true, it explains the workshop and the alchemist's suspicions to cover it up. It also explains how V was obsessed with inventions and success from his youth. This is where the real tragedy of Krat lies. Even V, the richest and most influential in all of Krat, can't come close to this power. On the other hand, this fate includes another truth. Have you noticed? The state's censorship is keeping me from writing it, but as a writer I'm curious if people are ready to accept the truth. The truth that there's a murderer made of steel that walks among us. Perhaps our world of Krat is not such a safe place after all. Yeah, definitely, we're past that point. Obsessed with inventions and success. Is V Batman? That's the first thing that came to mind. I'm like, is V gonna be Batman? Obsessed with finding the murderer of his parents, becomes a vigilante. There we go. Shopkeeper. Keeper of shops. Oh, well, there's the door. There's the key to the door back there.
Who are you? A lost visitor? Or a looter who's arrived too late? You look like a stalker. I figured you were all dead. No offense. Stalker, visitor, looter, I don't care. Just buy what you need and leave.
Mostly whatever. Circular electric saw weapon is neat. It's an advance button, so it's based around gimmicks. Indomitable. Resistance to disruption, shock, and break. Could become in handy if it becomes a problem, but overall probably not any items I'd use.
I came to Krat to see the wonders of the Grand Exhibition. Talk about bad luck. Not only was the Grand Exhibition a huge disaster, I can't leave because of, well, monsters. If you want to see the exhibition for yourself, head toward the wine cellar down below.
Well, you go enjoy yourself, bud. Is this passage going to lead back to that door I just got the key for by any chance? Yes. Actually. We're back here now. This map's kind of wild with the way it zigzags on itself. A little hard for me to map out exactly how that worked. That should be the door, I think. So I think he tries to gloop glorp at you, but I think he might just have like gloop glorp projectiles that come after you or something, or he might spew. But if you just take him out, then he doesn't, and he dies pretty cleanly. I keep thinking he's gonna pop. I'm surprised it doesn't work that way. You know, I'd rather not, but they're teasing me with an upgrade item, so I guess I'm just gonna have to eat this one. Okay, this is gonna hurt. Oh, one shot, one kill? Nope. Almost. Yay, Dark Moon, except I don't need that anymore. Oh, did I make it? I made it without taking the attribute damage. Alright, let's see if I can blow up that cloud or something to get rid of it. And then explore it after that. Does this person mutate? Do they explode? Oh, it's just the angry people that charge you. Well, I timed it well for one of them. It recedes. That's good to know. At the time I saw the gloopy gloopy bad orb thing and thought it might explode if I got near it. It seems more like the key is to take it out. Now the cloud is gone. So if you keep finding the local one, you can make the whole cloud disperse. But until then, you're kind of in trouble. And then I'll also want to make sure I let the emitter disappear, so that I'm available to try to make the run for the next one. Another one. I'm already blooped up, but whatever. Where is this? Oh boy. Okay. It was this place. Alright, well that guy takes a while to kill, so I'm not really in a hurry to do that. Let's head on back. And by back, I mean forward. Is this forward? Is that the area I just popped my way through? Did it rebuild itself? I think it did. Alright, what was the loot? I didn't see it. 'Cause danger. We've got a few of those again. Alchemical booster. Speeds up gold coin fruit growth. Oh, okay. I don't know if it's permanent or temporary, but I'm not especially interested. Okay, so these things do regrow. So you only can temporarily leave the area if it's bad. The greatest show on Earth is coming. The biggest show on Earth is coming to Krat to make your heart race. Dearest ladies and gentlemen, introducing the grand exhibition in Krat, the city of tomorrow, the center of the new age. City of the state-of-the-art machines, balloons spread across the sky, and a popular performance that toured from across the great desert in the south of the country in the far east. Don't forget the essence of the automated puppet, the center of Krat's revival. The greatest show awaits you all. Don't miss your chance to see the following at the exhibition gallery. Puppets of the future, multi-purpose puppets, Vanini tram, new butler puppets, special exhibition gallery, treasure from the Far East. If you wish to behold these splendors, be sure to attend. Oh no. It's all the things that made things bad. The Puppets of the Future was like the super thing too. Is it time for some Orientalism to add into everything else? Okay, well this is the way forward, right? I even got a teaser about the upcoming thing, and they said to go into the basement to see the show, which is a weird place for a show, but okay. But we still have this staircase to go through, and I'm betting this is, yep, a shortcut. Ah, this is back to the checkpoint, isn't it? Just need to keep the direction straight. It's towards the screaming guy, or the flailing guy that's having a bad time. Quick little regen of my materials. Alrighty, good to know. Ooh. Thank God my attacks mysteriously work here. You did not think that these hallways would be on my side on this one, but getting away with it. Now I'm covered in a horrible goop. Okay. I didn't like that. Did I just AoE them down? I don't think I did. I think they might... Yep, at least one of them still around. Whew, okay, the wall exploded. Oh, they hurt each other at least. How polite. Ow. They're fighting. Oh no. Ow. A target swap. God, range really screwed me there. Okay, we got there. Whew. Hunter's Amulet. Increases airco acquisition. Okay. It's the Soul Farmer. Aw, these were quarantined. They have supplies for the people to survive with or something. Okay, maybe not quarantine. That one doesn't have a bed. Did this one have a bed? It didn't. I didn't imagine. I thought that was a bed for a second, I think. Okay. That guy was rude. That was just a mean appearance. Not brutally hard, though. He likes to attack with 2 attacks in a row, which means you need to double tap the parry, probably. Although a lot of it's at least blockable. Just the big telegraphed attack you have to worry about.
Isn't the old woman the venerable lady looking for some wine? You know, like the wine you've got.
Yeah, the moment I read that, I was like, wait, that's the old lady I was thinking of in the last chapter. Who wants the record, I wonder? Well, now I got 2 things to look for. Maybe before next episode. That one pillar. Oh, the way it screwed me over. That was brutal. That was like a pretty, if I remember correctly, that was a pretty well spaced and timed attack to take out all 3 of them in one hit. And then this, there was just a random metal pillar hanging out there to screw my day. This looks like the guy from the beginning of the game, but I don't think it's the same guy. Okay, that's what happened earlier when I was like, can you press forward to change your attack? It was that if you don't successfully...
Is anyone there? Calling any and all stargazers in the vicinity. Please respond. Over.
My mistake was that if you don't like correctly charge the attack, it just becomes a stab. That's what threw me off. Okay, so now we're going to the big door. Ooh. Hello. You definitely get the vibe that this is quarantine at the very least. The big door that no one's likely to be able to open. And everyone inside is a mutant monster. Okay, this was like a bunch of mutant monsters that got shot.
The mission theme was automatic puppets and city of the future. The plan was to showcase and demonstrate the most advanced technology in Krat. But you know the rest. You can't hold an exhibition in a city that's fallen into utter chaos. And now the whole city is an exhibition of a nightmare.
Considering that was quarantine, and there's so many bodies here, like those were all, especially those ones that are all in a big clump by a barricade, it feels like there was definitely at some point soldiers or guards or something, some kind of resistance force that was picking them all off before they could approach. But then maybe they eventually failed? There's no one here. Oh. Those look like soldier puppets. Could be a 3-way battle then, where because they would also be killing the humans. There are humans that are dead now. It's kind of chilling how the series, the bodies that were available just sort of transitioned directly from being out. It's kind of transitioned cleanly from being all monsters to being all humans. Ow. You can't open that from this side. So we have to go through these guys regardless. Howdy, everybody. Is that a parry? Oh. I do look at these guys and worry what happens if you hit them when they're doing that stance. Like, do they just deflect? Oh, well, not if he swings at you right when you do it. Oh. Okay, I guess it is just blocking. Although him blocking and doing that little swing sounds like a standard... Looks like it might be a kind of universal, like, I just parried this move and here's my counterattack kind of sword maneuver. I don't know, real sword fighting. But I feel like I played a game... What am I thinking of? Was it a Dark Souls game? I think I'm thinking of Elden Ring. I think that was the game where they introduced a move where if you block an attack, you can press a button while the attack lands to immediately counterattack. And it was like, I think it was like a little spin. I briefly thought it might have been Jedi Fallen Order. I played so many games that are vaguely like this. As many will... Oop. Not fighting very clean here. Jedi Fallen Order is a weird one. It has things in common with Souls games, but also has its own just sort of semi-Metroidvania stuff going on, and also still is like a proper Star Wars game of you got new powers, you're upgrading your big Force user moveset, and so it's wearing a lot of hats. There's definitely elements of it that feel like it's at least informed by Souls games, especially when you get into a boss fight. But that was yet another game that like this was pushing me towards the Sekiro thing, where I had to carefully figure out parrying and so on in order to do a decent job, if I remember correctly. Well, he looks upsetting. He's also got a thunder weapon. Ow. Oh, look at me go. I activated blue mode just in time for it to not matter. Oh, I get to do it anyway. Look at me go. Yep, that's an upgrade. I get a vibe from certain enemies where they just... I mean, obviously it's not a massive secret. One is that they're big and imposing and unique looking, and specifically not an enemy I've seen before, so that often is hint enough, but... Yeah, you get a certain vibe where you think you can pick out which enemies are like a unique boss, and that gets confirmed when they drop a unique item afterwards. And those are usually you're usually justified in spending relatively finite resources, like my grinder on stuff like that. Yeah, Jedi Fallen Order was neat. I want to play the sequel. There's just infinite video games. Like I had the struggle of like, okay, well I played Jedi Fallen Order in anticipation for the sequel, and I played Resident Evil 4 in anticipation for the remake, and then I think Jedi Fallen Order's sequel and Resident Evil 4's remake came out like the same day. Like, cool, or at least almost the same time, while I was already backlogged with something else at the time. Like, cool. Well, my quote-unquote AAA slot is currently dominated by Tears of the Kingdom for a year at this rate, like, because this is way too long of a game. But I'll pencil you in for whatever the fuck. Jeez. There's just too many video games. I guess this was the tram the show talked about. Is this going to become a combat gauntlet tram? I will be in deep shit if it does. This seems like a tight environment for me. I have to swing my weapon around in. Part of me is still interested in trying to cover every Souls-like, good or bad, but I started building a list of all the Souls-likes a long time ago, and quickly fell completely behind. Like, I still remember when I was like, I'm gonna play Mouse one of these days. M-A-U-S. And then I never got to that. Okay, that is returning to an old thing. This is the station, isn't it? Maybe? The moment we took the tram, for a moment there I was like, is this back at the station? And then I looked down at that. That kind of looks like the first bonfire of the game. But maybe not. No, it's just some gallery. I guess it's just a big inside environment that kind of looks like it could be a transportation hub, so I thought it might be the train station. And then kicking that down, usually you enter those as, usually when you enter via a device like that, it's because you needed to open it from behind. Like, you first saw it when it was locked, and then you came around and like, now it's open. So, but I think it's just, they're using that, but it's just my only way in.
Can you hear me? Really? Eviva, it actually worked. This has to be how the King of Puppets did it. How he called to the puppets and controlled them. I can't believe you can transmit your voice through ergo waves. What a brilliant discovery. And you'll never believe what signal I've picked up over the ergo. A cry for help from the Grand Exhibition. Somehow someone survived. I'm suspicious too, but you have to investigate. What if it's some trapped innocent?
And I probably have enough level. Good time to call it too. Alright, well, now Vanini is in my head whether I want him to be or not. Enjoy that. Yeah, it's been 2 months since I played this game. Fuck. I didn't mean to. I meant to binge the whole game in one go, so I'd be really practiced and good and not fall off the wagon in the process at all. That's not what that freeze means. Anyway, bear with me. I'm gonna have to relearn as we go. Thankfully, I checked, and I did conveniently end last session entering a new zone for the first time, so that's good. Yeah, the Grand Exhibition. So we'll poke at that for now. Yeah, whoops. Obviously, it benefits to binge one of these games all in one go, to stay on the difficulty curve and whatnot, and your mental map of what you've done so far. It can be a struggle otherwise. But it turns out, it can be hard to just, I don't know, I'm just busy and stressed all the time. It can be hard to juggle your schedule around, like, when are you gonna finish Zelda, Keith? You really should finish another video essay soon. Deadlaws is starting, Keith. And it turns out it takes a fair amount of work to, like, bend your schedule around, in this case, making... That was a person. Getting my schedule to work so we can record password and, both password and Baldur's Gate 3, which involves, like, making my schedule work with somebody else and all that stuff. Golly gee, imagine if I had some kind of social life. Then we'd really be fucked. Just like the conspicuous... Bad dog. No! Tragic. Does this lead right back to the front area? Yeah, there's the side garden. Yep, we walked in here at the beginning. And I went right. Yep, this is when we first got in the area. I remember this place. See? Mine like a steel trap, even though it's been months. Ignore every mistake I've ever made. This game's been real cool. I've also heard that there's leaks that, freaking the Elden Ring DLC might just come out of nowhere soon. With no warning, except for the leak. Like, maybe even like in a week or something, and I'm like, what? No! That's frustrating. That's the kind of thing I'd like to have warning for so I can fit it in the schedule. And plan ahead for it. I don't know what the fuck to do with that. That's frustrating. Look at that big thing. That's how we got in here. So we got the way forward, the grand exhibition, and then the side area is most of the area that's surrounding us. Uh-oh. No, keep approaching, dick. Oh, I didn't hit both of them. There we go. Didn't get the chance to transform any sooner. Whereas the previous fight didn't give me a blue pip. But yeah, if you watch all those Street Fighter 6 tournaments on the channel, and you're like, why isn't Keith getting any better at practicing? It's like, how do you fit more things in your life? I don't know how people who have I was gonna say I don't know how people with a day job function, but it's kind of mixed. Oh god, can't run past that. Okay. Oh no! Okay. Rake status. Out. Annoying wall. Haha! Be defeated, boy. Star fragment. That felt good to get a stagger in. Yeah, I've got mixed feelings on the day job thing. On one hand, obviously it's this big exhausting thing that you do all day that most people seem to not quite like. Like, so it's not even just the fact that it takes up your whole day, but it's also like often a thing that you don't enjoy doing, which is the worst part. But on the other hand, being self-employed or having one of these quote-unquote fake jobs or whatever the fuck you want to call stuff like this, being an artist or a YouTuber or any combination thereof, you never don't work. You start to miss the fact that a day job has set hours and ends, which admittedly is sometimes a lucky thing to have in itself, because an increasing number of people have a day job that is also kind of an always job. If you have a 9 to 5, it's a pretty good setup. If you manage that. As it turns out, waking up, going to work, coming home, and then being like, that's it. You can't have any more of my time. And the switch flips in your brain, and you change locations, and it's like, this is it. I get to be the other me now. You miss that when it's gone. It's extremely hard to self-enforce a schedule of rest versus work, especially since when you have a day job, to some extent, depending on what kind of job it is, you also might not necessarily always be results focused. It's just you go in for X amount of time, you work, then you go home, and you got done what you got done. And even if the company might like more, you're not necessarily massively loyal to that because of the fact that they don't own you. It's a fair trade. They pay you for this time, and that's it. You're not necessarily like personally bound to the results of said thing. Like, it's not your passion project necessarily. Could be. Ow. Ah, I fucked it up. I didn't expect him to go from not white state all the way into being stunned like that. Did I just break him? This is a little bit of a complicated topic. I'm not trying to like downplay what day jobs are like. I had a cubicle job that had me googling like office space depression and stuff like that. I fucking hated it there. Although that was a bad example to some extent because I was also doing this at the same time, so I was just working all the time. I've kind of never actually experienced just having a day job and not having some kind of side hustle that drains me all the time. Which is not great, because it was my dad's issue, is he was self-employed, and I saw how stressful that was, and I was like, let's not do that. And then I did that. Whoops. But it's an interesting, this is something that's come up since the last video in real life, if not in the times that these videos come out publicly, is that there's been a ton of YouTubers that all started quitting around like December and January, I think. It was like a New Year's kind of thing. It's like, just announcing like, this is my last year doing this, or I'm quitting right now, or something like that. And on that topic, it's like, yeah. The thing about doing a YouTube channel is that it just kind of... doing YouTube does kind of dominate your life, and it's something that you're thinking about all the time. You always have some kind of project you're always poking at, a creative thing that you might be doing, or just actual raw time you need to put in the case of like Let's Plays. And that can wear people down relatively quickly. And if you're lucky, you make millions of dollars being one of the big YouTubers that inspires so many people to want to be YouTubers in the first place. And so you can actually then retire early with the money you made working too hard all the time. Ba-doop, ba-doop. But that reinforces the idea that just working a lot can make you make a ton of money and retire early inherently on some level. But actually those people were just like astonishingly lucky. And they're surrounded by an ocean of incredibly talented people who do not make that kind of money. Did you? I've got that Beastars video, and that gave me a shocking amount of social reach, where in certain circles it's genuinely impressive how recognizable I apparently am. But like that doesn't... that weird micro-celebrity status does not translate to like, I make good money now. So you actually can just kind of like eke out a acceptable living with not much promise of growth indefinitely for like decades. There's a less spoken about ow. There's a less spoken about whole like layer of oh, not blue collar, that's not the term for it because it's not the right type of labor, but like lower income YouTubers. Whoop. Where you're making enough to get by and not have to quit, but you're also not like saving up a ton for retirement or having much promise that you're going to be going upward. I got mixed feelings because, like, on one hand, getting into here it comes. Getting into video essays has led to the coolest shit I've made so far, and has literally changed my life and like completely revamped the list of people I know and so on. I don't regret doing it. But even with oh god, I don't want to be in this room. Fuck. I don't even want to try to fight those guys. That looks like a nightmare. Even with all that said, and the impossible breakout success of having my third full-length essay have 1 million views now, which is way too early to be that successful, that doesn't translate into an income. Translate into some opportunities if I can figure out how to grasp them and whatnot. But despite everything, it's not currently a career. But I am currently in a place where I do need to... I need to put all my time into this channel because it's my day job. So there's my... So I still have the day job as it goes. Is this the gate on the side? It is. There's a shortcut. I do this as my day job, which I don't hate doing, but it's just, it keeps me busy. I just want to pick up the thingy. Oh, it's a quartz. That's good. Ow. Why? It's a pretty good shortcut, though. If I can open this without getting murdered right now, I can go rest, come back through this side. And I should be able to get back to where I was without having to really fight much of anything again. That's good. Yeah, this is always an interesting line to walk, because you're trying to figure out how to articulate the unique issues that come from this line of work without just sounding like a whiny person. Anybody listening that's working at McDonald's is, you're like, oh yeah, buddy? Are you dissatisfied in your line of work? I'm not saying people inherently are miserable if they work at McDonald's, but it doesn't sound like a job that treats their people well, is what I mean. The customers or the company. Ooh. Ow. This guy's a lot of health. And now it's mine. Strength amulet, that's probably good. And I probably should just heal, because now I can just skip him. Yeah, I think the reason why YouTube stuff uniquely gets in people's brains and takes over their lives is because, one, there's nothing stopping you from ever working. You can always be working. So why would you ever, like, okay, sure, but you can always, you know, you can just do a little more. The equivalent of like when you stay up a little late to binge something, or you just trying to do this thing in this game or something. Like on a similar level, you could just be like compulsed to like, it's your project and you care about it. You gotta get going, right? Then there's the element where people don't see your job as real. So it's like this feels less legitimate, so it feels like you have something to prove by working harder. And there's also just the dangling by a thread idea that like, if I don't hustle, then like this whole thing could fall apart. And so that's the trap where it's like, even if your audience is like, no, we just want you to be healthy and happy and all these nice words that are hypothetically true, but like not applicable, because it doesn't matter what they think, in like a that'd be nice kind of way. It's like, no, you do need to eat, so you do need to make this whole thing work, and nice words from your audience as reassurance don't necessarily reflect the truth of what will and won't lead to viewership going up or down, or whether or not they will still show up when things are done if you take too long or you pick the wrong topic and so on. Hello. But while I love the video essays I've done, and want to do more. The real struggle too is just that it's not only is it about finding the time for it, it's this there's a dichotomy where this channel here is a channel where I just go. It's like personality based and I just exist, and it just inherently is content when I just have the time to make it. No. And Orlando, chill. I'm gonna die. To some extent, like around November, Patreon people noticed that I got this huge backlog, and it was partly because I was like, I have relatively narrow time. I'm kind of stressed. It's easier just to immerse myself in mass recording Let's Plays than it is to try to actually work on creative works, because the struggle is that essay works are a creative thing, which means you need to get the right headspace, the right state of mind, the right ADHD medication, and you need to be able to actually accomplish something. Like, you might spend all day on something and accomplish nothing. There's writer's block. But there's also just the idea that you might successfully write all day, only to then end up with a conclusion that you wake up the next day and you don't like any of the stuff you wrote the previous day. And it's partly because writing is a nonlinear process, and there's just a lot of self-doubt.
What are the monsters doing here?
Oh, there she is. I was wondering where the voice is coming from. You might be able to land there and hop the rail, potentially. Don't know how I'll get back, where I'll go next. Huh. But yeah, I've had many a week where I binge hard and work crazy hours, like the first few days of the week, to then finish all of my like quota for the week for Let's Plays. Then I dedicate the rest of my time to writing, and then I wash out all week. And I'm like, fuck, this is brain ruining that this happens. Okay, let's see if I can land here. If I can jump here. Let's remind myself how to jump first. It's B and left click.
What's going on?
No! Did they really do this? Y'all did not really do that. That's mean. Okay, it's fine. I'm back here. I must have to find a way to get to her on foot, because it looks like you can't jump that rail. Let's see. Anyway, I guess this became a podcast topic about this topic, because here I am. Lost my train of thought a little bit, though. Womp womp. It would be extremely funny if I did get, like, an assessment, got diagnosed with ADHD, ended up with medication, and then just suddenly just started putting out a video essay every other month. I do genuinely struggle to get any work done sometimes when it's literally all I'm trying to do, and so I do wonder. But also, in the real life, not online, if you bring that topic up, no one takes you seriously. ADHD is like almost, it's like overprescribed and over brought up on the internet, and then offline, offline, it's like a joke, the idea. Almost like it's not a thing that adults could even have. Ah. I've been thinking about hospitals and medical stuff a bit lately, because, like, that interfaces interestingly with this whole thing where you're working all the time and self-employed, because technically you have more freedom to do that stuff without it being a logistical problem. You don't have to take time off work and request it off and plan it away in advance and deal with all these conflicts that come from this. You can just not work and go to the hospital or do appointments, and you could just work different times if you need to make up for it at your leisure. Oh god, don't fall! Here we go again. But at the same time, because you're self-moderating, all you can think about is the work you can get done with that time. Which leads to you... That thing looks like it wakes up. Oh, that's the boss from earlier? Please don't. And the problem there is that... if you're thinking about all the work you could be doing, then you never want to stop working, which means it's very easy to put off doctor's appointments just for so long. I was thinking about this a lot because of the fact that I hurt my back, which I think of where I guess that would have come up in the password playthrough. I haven't recorded much else lately besides just massive password binge. And I needed medication. I needed assessment. I just needed to know whether or not I was in trouble. So I went into because it was much worse than it could have been. It wasn't just like, oh no, I pulled something, let's be careful for a bit. It was like, I'm in bad pain all the time and I can't get out of bed on my own. So let's make sure nothing's fucked up. And yeah, I spent all day waiting for doctors and lost the whole day pretty much and didn't get any work done. And it's like, one, I absolutely can do that and I should more. But at the same time, you're like, fuck, that's a whole day. I had like my week planned out of what I was trying to do. It's people talk about work-life balance, and the important part of the conversation, I think, is work-life division. Having them actually be things that happen at specific times and different locations is kind of a blessing, and everyone that doesn't have that misses it to some extent. Resurrection. Champion Victor has returned. The man who stood at the pinnacle of life, Champion Victor, has returned. Do you remember the great wrestler Victor? The Hercules of Krat, the man who never backed down, even when pitted against a lion and a bear. The veteran warrior who painted the circus with your cheers and applause, Victor, is coming back to us. Victor's incurable illness that came suddenly a few years ago saddened all Krat citizens. Everyone learned that he's human after all, and fate can't be avoided. But with the help of the alchemists and medical science, Champion Victor is back from the dead. The illness can't bother him anymore. The steel-like will and superhuman power that defied fate. The world's strongest man, Champion Victor, is coming back to us. His big return match is with none other than an automated puppet. This coming full moon. Is it going to be wolf-themed? Witness what's sure to be a legendary moment of the man who stood at the pinnacle, besting even a machine. Only a few spots left. Hurry and buy your tickets now. Please be a werewolf-themed mutant man. That'd be so fun. Please don't wake up. I don't want to fight you again. He seems to be making noises, which I don't want to hear. This isn't supposed to be like a pity party episode. I'm just trying to like... I just have it on. It's because it occupies my brain all the time. How long it's been since the last video essay, and I feel guilty. But it turns out if you're wondering why it takes so long between videos, there's like 100 reasons. Well, he's definitely breaking through, isn't he? Although I think some people are kind of becoming wise to that a bit, because recently it's been very much the news. Oh, hello. Oh god, they're waking up. What caused that? What with the H-Bomber guy video and whatnot, I think it's becoming more and more obvious to people that... Oh god, more enemy. That channels that overproduce video essays and have suspiciously high output, well, they're plagiarists. They're just stealing all of their content. Because it turns out that creating stuff is hard. Ow, shit balls. Oh, god damn it. I'm getting fucked by the walls. Phrasing. Oh god. Go, 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 go! Apparently there's a climbing spot here. Did I come from here? Or did I fall down? Alright, well I didn't fight them for shit. Where am I now? This is where I fell, right? Yeah. Well, that's good to know. The place I fell down, we had a ladder the whole time. Thanks, enemies. You taught me something. Also, ow. Yeah, I definitely think that there's like a... It's not the worst dynamic in the world if somebody has a day job and then they have creative pursuits that they pursue in their free time, and that's like a carved off separate period of time that's consistent. That's not the worst setup to have access to. I am so gonna die. I probably should have just retreated back to a spawn. That would have been a smart thing to do, but instead I'm super dead. I feel like I had another point, but I lost it. Maybe it'll come back later. Pray for me. No, creative processes are wild. There's a lot of self-scrutiny. There's a lot of, in writing, like, long-form things, like, just like, no, I need to research even more, I need to look at this, or like, I can't just talk about this one thing, I need to check all of the related pieces of media, because what if there's a really obvious blind spot that I'm not bringing up here, and it's gonna look really stupid when the video comes out. I died over there. There's no easy way over there from here, I don't think. Came from there. That's where the first volley of dudes that throw lightning at you was. This weapon's screwing me a little bit. There's just a ladder right there. That's how you get to her. This is a wild environment. So thankfully these guys really can't fight back once you start hitting them.
I get the puppets, but what are the monsters doing here?
Also, this was the way to jump down. I just blew it all around. It's fine. We'll get on topic here. I'll just stop discussing this.
Don't come any closer. Oh. You're not one of them. Are you here to save me? Those grand exhibition jerks are not to be messed with. Especially after they took that drug. Then there are those biological experiments. Ugh, how horrid. I can't reveal everything, but suffice it to say that I can escape on my own if you clear the way a bit. Please, wipe out all those mongrels.
Nod, 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 nod.
Please, wipe out all those mongrels. It'll be easier to breathe once that horrid Victor's been taken out. Once you're done, I'll see you at the hotel.
It's not a very nice word. Mongrels. Hi, don't knock me off and kill me. I have a bunch of souls to get. Ow. Oh. Unexpected. No, I'm not going down there. You dropped the loot. Why is my arm green? I don't remember which thing could have done this. There we go. Okay. Next room is scary. Come on, man. Gah. Okay, that's two down. This sucks. Jesus. Okay. I got him into white state so fast, and then I couldn't act on it. I think that's what's to feel so cool and powerful about the blue attacks, is that they don't care what walls are. They seem to just go through walls, which is a blessing on a weapon that loves to bounce off walls. I'm just like, please, stop! I beg of thee! I need my attacks to work. Did they just open this door up? What's over here? Is this a dead end? Yes. Oh. I hit hard, it turns out. The Legion caliber. Who messageth me? There we go. Oh. Shot put. Oh. He is ungood. Wow, how does Houdini do it? Be gone. Hi. Let's see, we're not back at the first chamber, no. The train thing. This is a wild environment. Oh, hello.
Another fine day in the city of Krat, but I wonder, my friend, just where you've been? Ah. If your goal is to study the human condition, there's no better way than my riddle position. You know how it is. It's time for a quiz. Today's closely and heed the king's speech, or the answer to this one will stay out of reach. Think about this. Whatever it takes. What cannot be used before it breaks?
What cannot be used before it breaks? An egg? Yeah.
Correct! You were once such a fool, yet you've gotten so clever. I'm as happy as a parent. In this city, there are those who wish to crack the shell and be reborn. How about you? Can you awaken and break free of the shell that is your puppet's body? Oh, it's a frightfully difficult question, huh? So, I'll reward you with a hint. At the grand exhibition, you now must behold all 10 fingertips of the woman of cold. Look close before she escapes your notice. Then I'm done with you. Mostly.
The King of Riddles hint. Behold the fingertips of the cold woman at the grand exhibition. Danger fingers. I was once dumb, but now I'm so clever. I got all the answers right the whole time! How dare you? How dare you? Oop. It's just a gun. That's gonna be a flamethrower with the whatever setup he had. God damn it. I just want to hit him. There we go. This can be such a good weapon, and it's also out to get me. The cold fingers. I don't know if that's actually related, but anyway. Trinity key. They both point at the thing. Seemed like something needed to happen there. First I thought they were both pointing somewhere together. And that must mean something. I keep thinking these are figures. No! Come on down, buddy! Rick. Please! Please! Only I had a thrust attack. Damn. Oh my god. I'm gonna die! Why am I not hitting him? What the It looks like it's hitting him. Look how long range this weapon is. How is it not making contact? I'm like mashing my face into him. Ow. Ow! Having a rough time with it. These watery sort of rooms got interesting. These tanks are everywhere now. Saintess of Mercy statue gallery key. It's a lot of words. Kind of sitting here being sussy of which rooms might be like a boss fight. Conspicuously large rooms. Then wanting to just try to check other places in case they are shortcuts. Or anything else that could be important. Okay, we came from there. And still try up here. There's a weird growling happening. Oh, there it is. Uh-oh. Splicer. Don't wanna. You doing okay? You having a good day? Order of Crowd report. No one knows when the inorganic cluster structure called Crowd sunk its roots in Krat. The first documented record is 600 years ago, when there was a grand collapse in the west of Krat. The people who collected the bodies of the farmers and mules who died found unknown minerals and ruins at the bottom of the pit, but they didn't know their value at the time. After the alchemists of the Isle settled down, this devil's pit, known as the Relic of Trismegistus, Trismegistus, was revealed to be an ergo mine of tremendous value. Until then, Crowd was deemed a mere stalagmite with ergo components, so it was nothing special. Unlike ergo, it doesn't have power. It's difficult to process and absorbs precious ergo spores, so it was more of a hassle. However, after the spread of the petrification disease, things suddenly changed when Crowd grew exponentially to be a threat to the foundation of the city. Even now, Crowd is growing. It's early to hypothesize, but I wonder if Crowd is some mineral life that consumes ergo. How else can we explain that abnormal growth? Or a ruin's defense device that reacts to anomalies? Maybe. The ruins were veiled in secrecy for too long. We still don't know much about those cursed ruins. Crowd is still going. We need a solution. You think there are ruins that unleashed the Crowd on them like a mummy's curse? It's a Legion plug. You can craft their Legion armored Legion plug. It's my chance to get behind the desk? Nah, I already could. Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, it's just a little shelf. Not shelf, a little rail. Just a wee little thing. I'm not forgetting any other paths. I think it's just the way forward into the big room. Okay. Well, don't have a ton of healing left. Kind of have a lot of money to lose. So I hope it doesn't go too bad. Oh, who could have predicted this? Oh, fuck. I healed for no reason. I didn't mean to do that. Hey, it's the ending of BioShock. Okay, this works a lot better if I actually do a good job. Fuck. Damn it. I blew it every time. This way? Still? I believe. It'd be scary if this is one of those games where your amount of ergo goes down over time, because this would be a hard place to try to get it. Actually, is this one of those games? Shit. I don't remember. It's fine. I always end up with a surplus of souls in these games. To the point where sometimes I get playthroughs where I'm accused of over-leveling, and I'm like, what do you mean? I never grinded a single time. I just never lost any of my souls to failing to recover them. I got good at that. Got him. Yeah, this is a classic scenario where you would like to be able to rush towards your stuff and get it back, but this fucker and these fuckers make this a very dangerous room. You gotta take this guy out or he'll attack you from behind while you're doing the other thing. Whew. Scary process. I guess I staggered this guy pretty quickly because I am using the heavy sword stance, which there seems like there should be upsides to doing that, so I probably should do it more, but boy does it feel too slow to live sometimes. Ow, shit. Ha ha ha. No. Well, I guess I jinxed that. That was weird. I got stuck on like a weird spot where I was like kind of sliding off the platform but couldn't get back on but wasn't falling off, and damn it. Then he hit me with a red attack, which he's never done before. Damn it. Yep. I was calling it out where I'm like, this is a bit of a scary level to stockpile souls in. Because of how much you're at risk of just losing them all. And this place has this like Anne Orlando rafters you have to go through. I don't honestly currently have a mental map of how to get back to where I was. We'll see. I don't remember my issue is I don't remember opening a shortcut. But so if I did, whoops. If I did open a shortcut and I'm going this way still and you're like, what's he doing? That's why. I forgot. Ow, fuck. Ah! Turning that I was trying to not recreate my last issue of rolling near that ledge. And also the last time I fought the other guy and rolled off the ledge behind him and so on. So those guys have been causing ongoing problems for me where I'm just like trying not to... It's rough. He's positioned at a corner, so it's just like, it's awkward to get it's hard to turn the corner and dodge the attack and approach him safely and do that within a time window where he doesn't just rear up and have the next attack coming already. That's a rough one. Anyway, this is the first time I've ever lost my souls, and it looks like when you do so, it creates a new bloodstain, and the new one has like 25% of your souls in it. I don't think the handful of enemies I fought on the way here could have given me 5,000. I mean, they didn't here. Ow. Ow. Fuck! No way. Well, that's rough. I'm having a real rough time just getting back to my body. Is there a faster way that I'm forgetting? I don't know, this going up and down so much. And the room's looking kind of similar. I'm losing my sense of space a bit of how it fits together. But no, I just remember finding the door that was locked. I don't remember finding a shortcut. And that door that's locked is probably unlocked by you defeating the guy. It definitely feels like there should be a shortcut, so that's why I feel like I'm missing one. Because there often is one by now. Like, this very level has had relatively packed together shortcuts that don't actually cut off that much backtracking. And this one's pretty big? Ow. Oh, deflected that one finally. We couldn't just leave it at my previous moment of triumph where I successfully wore him down in one go. Wait. No, I don't want to go this way. Wait. I'm lost. I'm lost. How did I get there? Shit. Oh, because it was past... Yeah, it's not left, it's right. Because it's past the room I died in before with the 2 small guys and the 1 big guy. Which means I also have to survive that room again. Which is rough, because then that's all leading to a big enemy that I'm also going to struggle with. But now that I've seen the area past here, I can potentially run past them once the door opens. It's open. Okay. So the big guy's dead. These 2 will wake up still if I stay here. Or they might wake up regardless and chase me down. I don't remember why I turned green. It's gotta be... I'm sure it's one of my upgrades. No. Bad. These guys thankfully don't have much in the way of armor. Alright, at this point, even if I sprint straight to the guy, I'll be getting a rematch with the same amount of healing items. And that's me being relatively lucky. This was a dead end. Shit, how do I get back? Oh, gun. This prick just sauntering down, all slow like. Don't get stuck on the wall. It's through here. I would like one shortcut, please. This guy gonna follow me all the way into the fight? I need to know. I need to know. Oh, he's coming now. Ah, I did it again! I'm all fucked up on how to actually do that. Whoops. Oh, he's got a grab. Ow. Big yellow. I said yellow. Those attacks are blue. Listen, good shout out. I have a great respect for people that have mastery of many languages because I barely have one. Well, there we go. That was a bit of a shutdown, honestly. I had my my blue meter ready. But that grab was a bad surprise. That's not what I wanted to learn at all. Well, I have half as many souls as I had earlier. It's fine. It's lost 15,000 is fine. I'm fine. Shortcut, please. Yes. This should be the ladder that leads right to the original Stargazer. Sturdy Krat supply box. Well then, I guess we're heading to town. real quick. You can't go around this ladder. It's too tall. Don't. Thank you. Goodbye.